I think as gardeners, we all love garden art in our gardens, and I'm with Carol Palmer today. Hi, Carol.
Hi.
Hi, and so you found a great project with this like mosaic towers that are so beautiful in your garden, and you're going to show us some tips on how to do it. So pretty easy project?
Just time consuming, but easy.
Well, we all have time, don't we?
Yes.
And so I see that you have cement blocks. So you just found them like at Home Depot?
Yes, or any building supply store has the blocks, and then you just need things to glue on and outdoor paint. Some of this is
okay. So we just painted the sides, and these are the ones that are going to be stacked.
Stacked, correct.
So you need some paint on it.
And I decided first how they were going to stack, and I marked them so I knew what to paint. And then after that was done, then I could start the process of grouting. Yeah.
And so I see that you have like pieces of tile, and so I see big pieces of tile, but you have little pieces. So how do you get from here to there?
I bought a square foot sheet at a resale store, and I put it between newspaper and hit it with a hammer.
So pretty easy there. Yep. And you could probably use dishes if you go to a resale shop. Any kind of pretty things. That's what this is.
That one is. Yeah.
Well, great. And then I see something that you have. So I see napkins here and these tiles. So you just kind of connected the two.
It's an experiment. So we'll see how it works. This is a larger one because the blue poppies I put on a larger tile. But little cocktail napkins have two parts, and you're supposed to pull off the back.
Okay.
So you just have the colored part, and then I trimmed them to fit, and used the Mod Podge to stick them on. And after I put coats on top and it had dried, I added this because it's an exterior spar varnish that's supposed to be durable.
And really, you're out here at the coast, and so you're going to get a lot of weather here. We get weather too in the valley, but I think that yours have stood the test of time. They look beautiful.
Yeah, they've done, although we don't know about this one yet.
Well, it's always a project. It's always a process.
Yeah.
So Carol, we've broken up the tile, but how do we attach it to the cement blocks?
Well, I tried Gorilla Glue this time because what I had used before on the other project took a really long time to dry, and this is quick.
Okay.
But you have to use the glue and you have to use water. So I just put water on the brick.
Okay, so like that.
And yes, and then you use a small amount of Gorilla Glue and then put it down on the wet spot, and that's somehow it does its magic and puffs up and glues, and so far everything seems very tight. So that's how I applied it.
And then how long before you can maybe do the other side with
About
the
30 minutes.
Oh, not
I could
bad.
flip it over. It seemed hard. And if you get too much Gorilla Glue, it puffs up, but you can cut it out with like a little knife.
Okay, so you can clean it up.
Yeah.
All right, so now we have the pieces all with the Gorilla Glue like that, but then what's the next step?
Well, the next step would be to fill it in with something. And in this case, it's kind of these flat marbles.
Beautiful.
And again, with the Gorilla Glue. And then that has to be I weighted it down, actually. I used some parchment paper because it doesn't stick to things. And then I put weight on the top.
All right.
And for about 30 minutes, and then it was set up.
All right, and then I see that there's, this one is ready to be grouted then?
Yes.
All right, and then what is that?
The grout that's recommended for an outside craft project is sanded grout.
All right.
And they have those also at any building supply store. And you just mix that up, and it takes a little while, you have to wait, but then you just kind of smear it on and keep wiping until you've exposed what you glued on, the mosaic part.
And there you go. And so this is a piece that's finished, this blue
these
one,
two are
or this
done.
one here. And so you can see that, you can see all the cement part, the grout part in between all the tiles. And then you would seal it.
Yes, you'd put grout sealer on everywhere and let that dry. I'm not sure if you need to use an extra coat or not, but
probably wouldn't hurt at all.
It wouldn't hurt for being outside.
Carol, now you're all done, and so what's the next step with them?
The next step would be to stack them the way you had planned, and if you want to put something on the top, you can, and you don't have to do anything else.
And no support?
The weight will keep them, as long as you stack them straight. the weight will keep them right there. And we get a lot of wind, and it hasn't affected the one I have.
Oh, they're really beautiful, and she's had them in the garden a long time. And thank you for all the tips.
Sure.
It's really been easy. So if you want to do this project at home, go to the Garden Time website, and you can see all of the steps, and so you can make this beautiful mosaic project in your garden. Thanks so much.
Sure.